Подними камеру.
Да, она уже снимает.
Я снимаю сейчас.
А что ж ты не говоришь? Все уже ждут, когда ты начнешь.
Так, я снимаю и вас, Ладу.
Да? А вот сними Аня с собачкой.
А что же вы?
Играет.
Ага.
Будет новый фильм «Аня с собачкой».
Дама с
Был
собой.
фильм «Дама с собачкой». Аня с собачкой.
Леш, поворотись. Ага.
У тебя запишется очень сильная музыка, которая за тебя играет.
Да.
Каблуками.
Ну да. Нет, чтобы музыка записалась.
Так надо подождать, пока музыка запоет по радио. Не сейчас.
Слушай, а как ее выключить болтал?
Oh, this is cute.
А, ну зачем ты положил?
Игорь, оставь.
Слушай, вот.
Так. Аня, ура, давай, ты туда иди.
Потепай.
Потепай немножко.
Потопай.
А там такой пейзаж, висит, и что вообще.
Да в том-то и дело. У меня тут не удаляется. Ой, у меня не удаляется.
Здесь не чуть-чуть это делать. Пальчиком нажать чуть-чуть. Это колесико. И все. И оно постепенно будет или удаляться, или приближаться.
Yeah.
Ну прыгай, прыгай.
Брейк-дан, да.
Thank you.
I'm so good.
Аня, hello.
Bye.
Собачку сними. А то ты собачку забыла.
Клёпа.
Клёпа, повернись к лесу
Хорошо.
этим.
Местом.
А, не иди, вот потыпай. Вот сейчас потыпай как раз еще. А, вот красиво, красиво.
Клёпой, одень ему тоже какие-нибудь туфельки. Клёпа, иди, потэпай.
Потопай.
Давай, Анечка,
Потом
хорошо сейчас.
голос, Клёпа. Спик, спик.
Ручки куда-нибудь вверх.
Когда лежит, он не может спикать.
Кто там? Кто? Вот молодец. Давай, пугайся. Клёпа, ну-ка, спик. Молодец, умница, умница. Теперь дай еще лапку. Дай. Лапку дай мне.
Дай лапу.
Молодец.
Клёпа, зажги свечечку. Не Клёпе свечка, не Бог черга.
Иди, там около свечечки сядь на минуту.
Candles.
Candles. Окей, правильно.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles.
Эй, good.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can't see.
fairest ladies and noblest gentlemen, welcome to the spectacular, extraordinary, and beautiful, mysterious passageways and chambers. We are delighted to have you all here this evening to join us in the celebration of some of the most exciting, inspirational, powerful, and questionable characters of all time. I'd like Miss Temple's class, please, 732, to gather by the front arch. This arch, where Miss Temple is waving her hand now. And it will be my pleasure to introduce to you the extraordinary historical characters.
Come on in, everyone. Let's just call it like
Natalie Robinson as Empress Theodora. Dan Stula. William Shakespeare. Kyle Zelinsky. Marco Polo. Liz Abrams, Empress Wu Zhao, in her beautiful red dress. Miles Adams as Louis the 14th. Kelly Rose Anderson character, Aaron Bissell as Genghis Khan, Culture Foster. Alexis Bowen, Queen Isabella of Castile. Aaron Daniels, Frederick Barbarossa. And that is Miss Temple's class.
A little more creative, Vienna. Content.
Joneska Alderson, Isabella Death, Rachel Dowson, Queen Mary II,
Beautiful, Ray.
Drew Frazier, Henry V, Annie Geisler, Catherine de Medici, Alex Brand, Genghis Khan, Gus Haggerty, Henry II, John McGrath as yet another Leonardo da Vinci, Camille Robbins,
Too many.
Blanche of Castile, Sam Rosenzweig, Saladin, Chirac, Eleanor of Aquitaine, V.J. Storniolo as Michelangelo,
All right.
Emily Wayne, Joan of Arc, Zach Alderson, Sir Isaac Newton, Joe Bernstein as Yori Homo, Evan Kohler, Marco Polo,
Yeah.
Al Davies, Emperor Justinian, Rebecca Ivoroni, Elizabeth I, Ross Larson, Oliver Cromwell, Paloma Lowe, Empress Wu Zhao,
Beautiful, Paloma.
Wow.
Megan Phipps, Queen Isabella, Christopher Redmond, Duke William of Normandy, Tori Rodman, Catherine of Aragon, A.J. Shenbaum, Henry P.A., Jesse Zenko, William Shakespeare, Brett Abramson, King James I of Scotland, Brett Savannah Austin, Catherine de Medici, Scott Batchelor, Richard I, Richard the Lionheart, Laura Brown, Empress Theodora, Juliana Conti, Queen Isabella,
Beautiful.
again, Yori Momo, Tommy Frazier, Frederick II, Sam Gourd, Leonardo da Vinci, Roger Goodman, Confucius, Eli Greenwald, Genghis Khan,
Yeah.
David Rudolph, Marco Polo,
Oh, great.
Chase Schweitzer, William the Conqueror, King William I, Aaron Baskin, Queen Amina, Ben Fabric, King Henry VIII, Caroline Hamlet, Queen Elizabeth I, Eddie Harton, Mary I, Gloria Kim, Catherine of Aragon, Anna Gocharovsky, Catherine the Great, Camila Marie, Joan of Arc, Josh de Alvir,
All right.
Yeah.
and last but not least, Tanya Urbina, Catherine de Medici. And we have a warm welcome for all the historical characters of the Alliance. And now, will all the heroes of times past please proceed to their pod, where they will meet with
And I brought a bow made from the finest bow makers in all Mongolia.
I'm Marco Polo from Venice, Italy, and I brought Kuba Khansia.
I'm Empress Theodora from Constantinople, and I brought a scroll of the law of London.
I am Catherine de Medici, and I brought my crown to resemblance all my children that ruled all of France.
I'm Isabella from Castile, and I have brought a scroll.
I'm Richard the Lionheart, King of England, and I have brought my shield from the Third Holy Crusade.
I'm the great Confucius of Lu China, and I have brought the gift of my wisdom and sayings.
I'm Yoritomo Minamoto from Kyoto, Japan, and I brought this helmet to protect me from when I come to invade.
I am Sir William the Conqueror from Normandy, and I've brought this sword.
I'm Frederick II, otherwise known as Frederick the Great from Prussia, and I have brought this sword.
I am King James I, also known as King James VI from Scotland, and I brought my version of the Bible. Thank you. Leonardo da Vinci, how was your childhood?
Well, as a young child, I was born in the countryside, so I lived around mountains and rivers, and it was really good because most of my early sketches inspired my later artwork.
Can you briefly tell us a story from your childhood?
Well, when I was 12, I moved to Florence to apprentice in the studio of Andrea del Verrocchio. He was a leading artist in Florence at the time. And he was commissioned to do a painting for a church of two angels. So he did half of the painting, so one angel and half the background, and I did the other half. And when he saw my half, he never wanted to paint again.
Wow. What are you most famous for?
I'd say I'm most famous for, well, for paintings, the Mona Lisa, and for my great inventions.
You bring a paintbrush for us. Why did you bring it?
Well, this paintbrush I used to paint probably one of my most famous pieces, which is the Mona Lisa.
Thank you. King Isabella, how did you come to the throne? Well, when my brother King Henry IV died, King Ferdinand IV and I became her husband.
How was your marriage with
It was actually pretty good. We loved each other and we cared for each other.
How many children did you have?
We had 5.
Do you remember their names?
It's kind of foggy, but I remember one, and it's Catherine of Aragon.
How long did you live?
I lived 53 years, from 1451 to 1503.
Was there a major problem or conflict that you had?
Yes, it was when I came to reign, the first 4 years of my life were occupied by a civil war.
Could you elaborate a little more on that?
Well, when I came to the throne, Spain got in a fight with, it's been so long I can't really remember who, but, and the Civil War began, and it started, and it lasted for 4 years.
Thank you.
Yoritomo Minamoto, what happened,
Genghis Khan. How much land did you actually conquer?
Well, I conquered around 4 billion square miles.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes, it is.
What was your greatest accomplishment?
My greatest accomplishment, I think, is conquering the 4 million square miles. I don't see anyone else doing it.
Did you have any enemies?
Yes.
Do you know who they are?
Yes. Well, I had a lot of enemies, none that possessed a real threat to me, but the Chinese, all 3 empires of them, and the Russians, which were the Cossacks at the time, and the Hungarians, and I don't remember the rest. But there are a lot.
Seems like you have a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
Did you still defeat them?
Yeah.
The Cossacks were as strong as your army. How did you find a way to beat them?
Well, since I conquered 2 empires of the Chinese, they introduced a new weapon to me. I don't remember the name, but it was a spear-like weapon with a 4-foot pole, and at the end was a 2-foot blade, and it was used to cut off the feet of the horses.
You brought a bow with you to the banquet. Could you tell us why you brought it?
Well, I brought this bow made from the finest bow makers in Mongolia because the Mongols had the best cavalry archers. The best of the time were thought to be the Chinese, who could fire 3 arrows a minute, but my archers could fire 6.
Thank you.
Confucius of Lu China. What were some of your philosophies and teachings?
Some of my philosophies were self-improvement, or working on the abilities you have, getting new abilities. That seems kind of natural, but it was really a new idea back then, so that was one of my philosophies, and self-knowledge, knowing yourself.
What is your most important achievement?
I brought China out of some big problems it had, or helped brought China and them, and it had a lot of crime and very corrupt government, and people were generally not that educated. There weren't very many teachers.
Because of all the crime, was it hard to teach?
Not really, but I guess.
Extremely vicious.
Could you tell us what you brought to the banquet and why you brought it?
Well, I brought the shield that I had laid down in the Holy Land on my crusade, when my other one was broken at one of the battles.
And why did you bring it?
I brought this because it represented my strong military power.
Thank you.
King James, do you have any problems or diseases?
Yes, I have 11 different problems.
Wow.
I have physical handicaps in both my legs. My tongue is in my mouth. I have gout, inability to sleep, abdominal colic, crippling arthritis, frequent diarrhea, nausea, and from all the pain, sometimes I will go delirious.
You must have a great doctor. Is it true that you wrote a version of the Bible?
Yeah, I wrote the King James version of the Bible, which I brought with me. This version, I translated it a whole bunch of times, and it is usually the version of the Bible people read.
How did you become king of 2 places?
Well, I became the King of Scotland at the age of 1, after my mom, Mary Queen of Scots, became imprisoned by Queen Elizabeth, and I became the King of England when Queen Elizabeth died, because my great-great-grandpa was King Henry VIII.
Were you ever married?
Yes, I was married to Anne of Denmark. Did you have any children?
Yes, I had 8 children.
Thank you. Empress Theodora, what are some laws that you made?
I didn't make too many laws, but some were I allowed women to buy or inherit a house. I built hospitals and refuges for homeless women. And I also improved divorce laws and laws against mistreatment of women.
Did anybody help you make these laws possible?
I'm not quite too sure, but possibly my husband Justinian. He supported what I did and he believed in me.
How was your marriage with Justinian?
It was a good marriage. He respected what I did and he believed in me. At first, he didn't really believe what I had to say, but one day during the Nika revolt, he was about ready to flee, run out of the empire, and I told him that it was my empire and I was going to stay to help, and if it was his too, that he should, and he thought, well, she's strong and maybe I should believe her and trust her.
Why did people of Constantinople love you so much?
Some people, the men, I'm sure some of them didn't like me that much because of the laws that I was making. But the women, I'm pretty sure that they liked me because I was allowing them to have a safe place to live. They were able to feel safer, and if something ever happened to them, they would have the respect that they needed.
Overall, was your life good or was it painful?
I would say that it was a good life, and I'm really proud of what I did.
Thank you.
Frederick II the Great. Tell me something about your life as a child.
I hated my father because he was into the military and I was into music and literature.
So you had a bad childhood?
Yeah.
Were you ever married?
Yes, I married a lady, Princess Elizabeth.
Did you have any children?
Yes, I had one boy. His name is Frederick William II.
What was your relationship with your father?
I basically hated him because he was into the military.
Did he hate you back?
So, not really.
Thank you.
Catherine de' Medici, what were you famous for?
I was famous for stopping the Inquisition from her country, coming to conquer my country. And I was also famous for bringing all the arts from Italy and spreading it all over France.
Did you have any major problems or conflicts?
Yes, I did. My major problems were the fighting of the Protestants and the Catholics. Everybody thought that the Roman Catholic belief thought that all the Protestants should die. And I was very against that, and I tried to stop it, but nothing really worked. And my other problem was that my husband died, and he never really loved me, and it hurt deep down inside.
Did you solve these problems in any way?
Not really.
Did you do anything exciting?
Yes, actually I did. I invented gloves and the side saddle for the horses. And I liked doing ballet and listening to opera and doing art. And one of my daughters was a very good artist, Claude.
How would you describe yourself as a ruler?
I would describe myself very tolerant and very religious in the Catholic way.
Thank you.
Yoritomo Minamoto. What did you do when your father died?
Well, after my father died, he died because he was fighting our family.
For the second group of panelists. We will begin by having the historical characters introduce themselves.
I am William Wallace from Scotland, and I have brought my sword.
I'm Queen Amina from Zazua, a province of Nigeria, and I have also brought my sword.
I am Akbar the Great from India, and I have brought my toy.
I am Joan of Arc from France, and I have brought a cross.
I'm Catherine de' Medici from Italy, but I moved to France when I married King Henry II, and I brought my sword.
I'm Anne Boleyn, born in France and moved to England, and I became Lady Catherine's lady-in-waiting, and I brought my daughter, Queen Elizabeth, in her early years. I'm Queen Elizabeth of England.
I'm Mary I, also known as Mary Tudor and Bloody Mary from London, England. I brought my whip. I'm Catherine Rivera God from Spain. I moved to England when I married Prince Arthur and I have 12 I'm Catherine the Great of Imperial Russia, and I brought the Russian Bible of Orthodox religion.
I'm Dante Alighieri from Florence, Italy, and I brought my theory and knowledge of health.
Queen Mary, what kind of childhood did you have?
Well, my early childhood was good, but my father loved me. But my later childhood was bad because my father didn't love me as much, and I was sick, and I never got the attention I needed.
What did you feel about that? Were you mad at your father?
I hated my father.
So, did you feel like doing anything to him?
I wanted to kill him.
How many people did you kill?
Over 300.
And why were you killing so many people?
Well, see, I wanted to turn England to the Roman Catholic faith, but they didn't like that, so I killed them.
And you said that you had a bad childhood. Was your marriage any better?
No, me and King Philip II would fight a lot and wouldn't get along, and it was annoying fighting with him.
And did you feel like killing him?
Yes.
Thank you.
Joan of Arc. What made you so famous?
Oh, well, my voices that were angels, that were messengers from God, really made me famous. I started hearing them when I was 13 and just kept hearing them until I was killed when I was 18.
How did people believe you if you had these voices in you?
My mother had me being taught by many tutors of history, mathematics,